Hello and welcome. I'm Trudy Sorensen, District Director for Lutheran Community Services Northwest in the South Puget Sound. I'm honored to serve as your host for our virtual fundraiser today. Health comes first in Lutheran Community Services' mission of health, justice, and hope. And while I'm sad we can't be together in person today, I'm thankful we have a way to come together and safely connect while prioritizing health and safety. During the program today, you can expect a message from President and CEO David Dewey, an inspiring story, and the presentation of the 2020 Helen Norris Award. Our theme today is Raising Hope. I couldn't think of a better description for what we've done together over the past months. Thanks to you, we've been able to pivot during some of the most challenging times to show up and serve our neighbors, those who have been most affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Thanks to you, we've been able to provide companionship for homebound seniors, use technology to connect with people living with memory loss, and offer respite to military families with special needs children. Your generosity has allowed us to welcome and support refugees who are new to the country, to match seniors with volunteer opportunities, and to empower families and individuals beset by trauma and poverty to become good parents and self-sufficient. I'm thrilled to be celebrating all of the hope we've raised together today. Thank you for your partnership as we work together to bring health, justice, and hope to communities on the Olympic Peninsula. And now I'm honored to introduce Pastor Paul MEEKER from Our SAVIOUR'S Lutheran Church in Bremerton, who will offer a blessing for our program. Thank you, Pastor Paul, for opening our program with this prayer.
Good day. I'm Pastor Paul MEEKER from Our SAVIOUR'S Lutheran Church in Bremerton, Washington. How good it is to be together in these different, creative, and hope-raising times. Thank you, God and Lutheran Community Services Northwest. Let us pray. God of goodness, favor, and hope, we praise you for Lutheran Community Services Northwest in their caring and hope-filled mission. We are grateful to you, God, for gathering us together to celebrate human life, caring experiences, and raising hope. Continue to bless each and every one of us so that we may be a blessing to others always. We pray all this in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Shalom and amen.
Hello, friends. During this uncertain time, as the coronavirus continues to spread and the economy is weakened, I wanted to make sure you know that Lutheran Community Services work did not stop. We stayed true to our mission. Our employees are hard at work, serving people in need in brand new ways. Despite the uncertainty, our employees continue moving forward and still providing behavioral health and substance abuse care services at a time when even more children and adults are experiencing anxiety and stress over the coronavirus, job loss, and isolation. I want to assure you we are still serving refugees and immigrants who are disproportionately suffering from the economic hardship caused by shutdowns and social distancing, as well as being targets of hate and discrimination. And we are still serving veterans and older adults who are sheltering in place and now feeling the burden of isolation and uncertainty. They need to be assured that we will meet them where they are. Our advocates are reaching out using telehealth to deliver services, following up and reconnecting people, making sure they're getting the help they need while also safeguarding the health of those we serve. So we're active. We're also eager and able to do even more. which is why we're pleased to announce that Compass Housing Alliance is becoming an affiliate of Lutheran Community Services Northwest. Operating under the umbrella of Lutheran, Compass Housing provides supportive, affordable housing and emergency housing programs around Puget Sound. Together, we're fulfilling our mission because we know that the responsibilities for serving vulnerable people never end. People are searching for health, justice, and hope every day. How about you? Are you feeling anxious, isolated, or uncertain about the future? Supporting an organization that shares your values and vision for a strong community can help. Thank you for supporting us so that we can impact our community by helping those who need it most.
The presentation of the Helen Norris Award is a very special part of our annual fundraising luncheon. The award is named in honor of Helen Norris, who by her own description was a professional volunteer. Helen Norris was an active member of her church community and the Kitsap community at large. If you knew Helen, you will remember she was someone who shared her light with others. It's my pleasure to announce that the recipient of the 2020 Helen Norris Award is BECCA BRANDT of the Refugee Resettlement Program's Circle of Welcome team. Let me tell you a little bit about BECCA. BECCA and her husband Kim retired physicians. They have 8 children, 6 of whom were adopted internationally from Holt International Children's Services. BECCA has been on the board of the Holt International Children's Services for 28 years as a life member. When BECCA and her husband moved to Washington State 14 years ago, there was no Down syndrome parent support group. So she started one that became very active. Also sponsored a body walk annually to raise awareness and inclusion of people with Down syndrome. BECCA now, she has 8 beautiful grandchildren, and she loves quilt and garden.
My name's Rebecca BRANDT, and I've been involved with Lutheran Community Services for about 4 years now. This all started because 4 years ago, a friend and I were talking about refugees and wondering why our community wasn't helping any refugees. So we talked to our pastor, Peter, at the Methodist Church, where we were both members, and he was very supportive and interested. So we talked to Lutheran Community Services, and we set up committees at the church. We asked interested church committee members to come first to a meeting, and there was a really good turnout. So we were thrilled. In January 2018, Lutheran Community Services asked us to take over a family of 8. They had been in the United States for about a year. The family consisted of 2 adult women who were sisters and their 6 children between them. So we went up to meet them in Kent where they were living, and they were stuffed into a 2-bedroom apartment and eager to move. So I knew that we had made the right decision about working with them. This family was originally from Congo, but they had been living in a refugee camp in Uganda for about 11 years. We got the 6 kids in schools. It was 3 different schools, elementary, middle school, and high school. Janet went to school to become a caregiver so she could take care of her sister Adriana and be paid. She passed the test on the first try, so we were really proud of her. Our general goal for the family is to help them become independent. Right now, especially since COVID, school support has been really big because the kids are all in this little apartment, online, participating in their classes, as is Janet in her English class. So one of our committee members, probably more than one, a lot of times, is often over there most every day. I also just want to thank my committee. I have wonderful committee members who have continued to stay very active and very supportive. And the reason we continue this work is that this family is so kind and polite and fun. They are just delightful. So it feels like they're almost a part of our family now. They go to our church when there's no COVID. I just want to thank Lutheran Community Services for this honor. It is very much appreciated. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Emma Loest, and I'm the Program Coordinator at Lutheran Community Services Refugee Reception and Placement Program. Today, it is my great honor to introduce our client story for the Raising Hope fundraiser. Janet and Adriana are sisters and both single mothers who have 6 children between the two of them. Their family arrived to the United States from the Democratic Republic of Congo in February of 2017. They were a free case, which means that they didn't have any relatives or friends in the United States who could help support them after their arrival. Lutheran Community Services was, at first, their only source of community connection and support. Like many refugee families, Janet and Adriana faced many difficulties after their arrival, and their story in particular includes some immense challenges. But they kept persisting. In 2019, we enrolled their family into our Circle of Welcome program, which is a model of community co-sponsorship in which a community group, in this case a church, walks alongside a refugee family for 1 year. BECCA, who is a volunteer that we're also honoring today, and her team adopted this family and helped them walk along that road to self-sufficiency. After being with BECCA and her team for a bit more than a year, Janet, Adriana, and their children are all thriving. Janet is doing well with her English, and she is able to work as a caregiver for her sister. Adriana has a community garden plot, and she grows food for her family. All of the children are excelling in school. The 2 oldest will be graduating from high school this year. BECCA and her team's involvement underscores the fact that refugee resettlement is a community journey. Having someone to walk alongside us on those difficult paths makes all the difference in the world. Janet and Adriana's story includes many challenges, and it's also one of resiliency and hope. Refugees are strong, and stories like these are so important. I hope that you'll join me today in celebrating this journey and this story. Thank you.
Sima si jibaro mazinga mara do kwali machuma ndina remanziri mele si awa yor gote mangu mara machuenza lakini pa mangaro ndini mara do mara dire gotira mangu de wala tilele na rinzi machokino jari gotiro mangu ngude de na rinzi mara re gotini mari ni songa mbele drasa na fugo mangu meresibo fugo ti igalo fi magana chacha na kana ndugo ko gole happy kwa jori konza ko gotinga gari kwa jori.
Okay, so she's saying when we came here, she didn't even know how to write her name. You asked her how were you, she didn't know how to answer it. But as of right now, she can at least write her name. She can't speak English that well, but she can still hear it. So, for example, like when we came here, none of us knew how to speak English. But now we're learning. The community really helps us. We don't even remember where we came from. We just are enjoying the moment.
na wanapure kodo ha bana kwena kodo na lofo gotenzo nanga majini jide nga kwazuzu da wakwa baba kwerti kublo le porero mfano are nga ide mana bloko ba njima dele njima beka mane ne malu akini shida la bana ka gari ma de chunza na ri eblo masi njigu ma dele ro njigu na masi la nga yiri grisa ma chumba ri ba.
So she's saying everyone is happy right now because even right now, like if she would have had a job by now, because Becca and everyone else is looking for a job. We're going to school, and she would have known to drive and gotten a job by now because they all help.
Banga more dona ma di pa ko happy de.
No one is scared. No one is worried. Everyone is happy
Bana ko kwelo kublo na da.
because everything is good.
Makutumaini bucho na ide nanga bangu buma sinjigu ma bucho na jaru makamanji driver ro mambale. Ukumado tumaini.
She still has hopes that she'll have a job by next year when all of this is done.
Wo kwa jofo akpa ma joto ne to akpa ma so kona vuli na kumari muri na tira pa ma jona dinji mange goma zisiro ma bizi ma joro ntelo lora kini kwa jo a ma to kona fundu lo ma jo jalonga di fu ma bana ko jalo tutu ma jona pa fu mange muri siro ma happy na boyu banga jo pa.
Now that they help her because she used to be very busy before without help. She used to do the kids' work and everything, but now that she has help, she can get her schoolwork done, and she gets everything because she doesn't have to worry about a lot of things, which really makes her happy.
Wote ana andina so akpa ko body pa kemba dawa jo wote bori a full mada kokse kosiro kedo dawa ko da kwenga matonga gubo mfano risida wale jaza maro fuji madona nduenga funa pa mato ko bona rido auro ko fu dawa ko asima do zito na do fu pa ma eblo ma do ni madiro.
And they really helped Adriana too, because when we came here, no one knew how to get her medicine. She had a lot of medicine to be gotten, but no one knew how to get it. But right now, they really help by bringing it here. We don't have to get worried about which one is missing because it's all organized and everything.
Ya musha hapo mapo merecibo kwa nje do palo we ma block pa ko ma blonde atina do mange merecibo ma di happy na boro.
And lastly, she's very happy because
community
because you've helped her a lot. She came worried, but now she's very happy. She's enjoying here. She doesn't feel scared or anything. She's just happy. She says she's not even worried. She doesn't even yell or is worried or anything. She would be really stressed right now, but she's not. She's enjoying the place and she's very happy.
You can make a gift today that will provide health, safety, and security for families like Janet's. Families that are in crisis, isolated and alone, as they navigate new challenges every day. You can make a difference and bring health, justice, and hope to these families and individuals. Your generosity allows us to welcome refugees who are new to this country with resources in their language, to match seniors with rewarding volunteer opportunities that provide valuable social connections, to help families with housing, and to support military families and children. Who are you helping raise hope for today? The elderly, the isolated, the far from home, the most vulnerable amidst a global pandemic. Today we raise hope for the people who need it most. I'd like to invite you to consider an especially generous gift today and to join our President's Circle. Some for the first time, and some of you have been with us for years, and that's $1,000 or more. Or if it's not right time for you to make a President's Circle gift, please consider giving at the $300 or $25 a month level and joining our 2540 Club, a reference to Matthew 25:40, which states, "Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." No matter what you're able to give today, know this: you are making a difference. You are changing lives for the better and making everything we talked about today possible. Click the link below to give online or mail your check to the address that's on the screen. Thank you again for your generosity and for standing with us.
Thank you for spending your time with us today. I hope hearing these stories inspires you to raise hope with us for people like Janet and all of the families we serve on the Olympic Peninsula. As a reminder, this video will be available to watch throughout the month of November, so please take a moment to share it with your friends and family. Thanks again for joining us, and stay well.